Alexander Ovechkin has become the greatest goal scorer of his generation.
I don't think anybody thought this record could be broken.
It's a question of if, so when is he going to break the record?
If the race is on.
My blind's different. All through the pain. I'm tired with the clock ticking. Locked in on the vision.
Just remarkable for Alexander Ovechkin.
That's what the game's all about. Very proud of him.
He has evolved as a player. He knows where he is in history.
Different levels. You just gotta learn patience. You can't stop me. I was born for this greatness.
This is like Hank Aaron passing Babe Ruth.
What a marvelous moment.
Emmett Smith passing Walter Payton.
The NFL's all-time leading rusher.
LeBron James passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
LeBron stands alone.
I still can't believe it because you know that can do
He
it.
can see the mountain come from here.
Never looking back now.
Lady, it's side by side with the great one.
It's fun.
The chant is here in Washington.
We I was born for this greatness.
Welcome back inside UBS Arena. Alex Ovechkin has scored 41 goals this season at the age of 39, third most in the National Hockey League, 894 in his illustrious career. He will start the game on a line with Dylan Strome and Tom Wilson. Our Honda starting goaltenders, Ilya Sorokin for the Islanders, has faced Ovechkin in 3 games. Ovechkin has not scored. At the other end for Washington, Charlie Lindgren. We are underway. Puck flipped into the Washington zone. Sandin is on it there. Ovechkin moves the puck ahead. Gathered in by Ryan Fulop. Pucked away from Dylan Strome. Here's Paul Horvat for Kyle Palmieri. The return for Horvat.
Good back check there by Tom Wilson.
Puck comes out to Pellick. Shot deflects through the crease. Pollock keeps to the line. Now Wilson for the Caps. Just underway. Dylan Strome leads Washington in points this season. Here comes Sandin. Ovechkin on the right. Palmieri picks up the loose puck for the Islanders.
Boy, Sandin had Ovechkin wide open on that right wing board there and just wasn't able to get it to him.
Ovechkin off to the Washington bench. Pierre-Luc Dubois. Ferravari's shot blocked. Winds up out of play. Washington Capitals, best record of the Eastern Conference. Second in the entire National Hockey League, 1 point behind Winnipeg. Ovechkin coming off the 2-goal game against Chicago with a 5-3 win on Friday. Told his head coach Spencer Carberry he did not want to set the record into an empty net. Blackhawks had pulled Spencer Knight when it was 4-3.
There was a clock issue and we got that corrected.
Dubois, McMichael, and the rookie Ryan Leonard playing in his 4th NHL game. What a week it's been for him.
Welcome
Forward line for the Caps.
Welcome to the National Hockey League.
Made his debut in his hometown of Boston, and then scored his first goal into the empty net on Friday. Sorokin sticks it aside for Tony DeAngelo. Islanders, 7 games remaining, including this one. 5 points out of a wild card spot in the East. Pageau works it around. Matt Roy over for the Caps, tied up by Siplikov. Dubois with the puck for Washington, and now Ferravari. Alex Ovechkin started the game. On the line with Strome and Wilson, here's Cizikas for the New York Islanders. Scott Mayfield. Now Fasching into the Capital zone. We've played 2 minutes. Chychrun over for the Caps. 2 Islanders, 2 Capitals. Puck in the skates of Chychrun. Finally worked free. Cizikas battling in the corner. And now Lars Eller moves the puck ahead for Van Riemsdyk. Into the Islander zone to the right of Sorokin. Eller sends to the far boards. Van Riemsdyk on it there. In behind the net for Lars Eller.
Oh, what a save.
And a save by Sorokin on Radish.
What a save. Excellent work by the Capitals below the goal line, and then a quick developing play below the goal line, and then right out in front of the net. Lars Eller, Radish there, and it's Sorokin standing tall right along the goal line there, Bruce.
Yeah, a good save early on, and offensive zone face-off. Ovechkin out the door. He's back on the ice. That last shift to the left of me, Ovechkin standing as the play entered the Islanders zone. He's got another level in him today. We saw him on Wednesday in Carolina. Looks like he's got a little bit more jump in his step here early on.
Ovechkin on the ice, deflection, save by Sorokin. On the shot from Sandin. Pull up. There's the puck out of the zone.
What a stop by Sorokin again.
Now Ovechkin. The fans buzzing.
Downloading Let's Go Oilers Infinite version made with Clipchamp.mp4 31.0 megabytes. Downloads completed. Press Control plus J to go to downloads. Downloads has finished loading.
Off the glass.
NHL. Upload to YouTube. Disconnect. https:// Let's.
And now the Capitals will move it ahead. Strome works it back into the Washington
Refreshing
zone.
page. Loading page.
Here's Sandin.
Let's Go Oilers Infinite Banner guide button.
This is the net with that attempt. Ovechkin off to the Caps bench. No icing. Puck was deflected. 3.5 in, first period from UBS Arena.
Skip navigation button.
Washington Capitals. Nick Dowd, soft pass ahead.
Refreshing page. Loading page. Let's Go Oilers Infinite loading complete. Banner guide button.
Villiers back in the lineup.
Refreshing page. Loading page. Loading complete. Banner.
Protus, the 30
YouTube.
goal scorer this season.
HT. Click to share to link to video. Play video button.
And Matt Roy.
Upload to YouTube. https:// loading page. Let's go. Loading complete. Let's go. YouTube video player. YouTube video player group.
And Rinsnight looking
No
around.
item in view. No.
Murray. And Michael. Puck off the stick of Dubois. Now Dubois chasing after it.
Oh, look out.
No item in view.
Puck underneath
One.
Dubois.
Sound one. Let's Go Oilers. Sound one.
I don't know what he tripped on.
One.
Became a dangerous place.
One.
Seems to
Let's
be
go.
okay.
One.
That
Let
man right
Task
there.
view with NHL April.
Wow.
https://
What a
Let's Go
great
Oilers
chance here for the
Infinite
grade A.
play graphic.
Sandin
Heading
with the
level
shot here.
3.
You
Hidden
see
card
the
over 2. Personal
redirect.
minus. Let's Go Oilers Infinite version YouTube.
Just reacts at the last second.
Alex Ovechkin's family. His mom on the left. His wife. 2 kids. The great one. And the commissioner, Gary Bettman. Ovechkin's mom, Tatiana, was a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in basketball. His late father, Mikhail, a professional soccer player, as the puck deflects out of play. Son Sergei and Ilya. There's mom. Wife Anastasia. Sergei usually positioned at home games right down by the ice. That skates over and gives him a high five up against the glass whenever he scores.
And his father-in-law was sitting there the other night.
Sergei sometimes changes ends in the second period. Sits down by the goal the Capitals are shooting at in each of the 3 periods of home games.
He can go anywhere he wants, Bush, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. He's got to be down where Dad's scoring goals so he can give him high fives after getting the celebration line.
All he tells him is, I know a guy.
And how about Sergei asking Ryan Leonard for his stick after the game on Friday? Starting his own collection. Ovechkin with 1 shot on goal in 2 shifts. The deflection moments ago turned aside by his countryman, Ilya Sorokin. Here comes Mangiapane. Lars Eller. Back out for a shot by Chikrin. That's blocked.
What happened to Mangiapane? And I think it was Radish that went to the net as well.
Islanders offside.
What That second layer ends up being Jacob Chychrun, and a double deflection out in front. Never gets to Ilya Sorokin. And just going back to that game Friday night between the Caps and the Hawks. Just talking to people around the Capitals and talking to Spencer Carberry's it. I ran into Tom Wilson earlier this morning, and just the energy level in the building back in D.C. was, I mean, they were throwing around verbiage of Stanley Cup-ish. You know, that was the excitement level of what everybody was seeing, and what they were hoping was going to take place, and obviously, you know, getting to the 894 number, sharing it with the great one.
A lot of red jerseys in the crowd today here in Elmont, New York.
Ovi standing to the left of me again, and he's got an anticipation in him. You know, like I said, that game in Carolina we had on Wednesday night, you know, he was still several goals away, I guess you could say, but now being on the cusp, you can just sense that he's got a little bit more jump in his step and anticipation.
What is the energy down there, Bush? Since warm-ups and now into the game.
Yeah, it's you can tell that the Capitals players are excited. You can feel it. It feels almost as if it's like game one of the Stanley Cup playoffs, where everybody's got this hope and excitement in them. I think they're anticipating something great is going to happen here tonight. And after that first shift in the attempt that Ovechkin had, you can sense it. I mean, the crowd is, I think there's a lot of red jerseys in the crowd, but I also think the Islander fans, they're getting the sense every time he's on the ice that this could be the moment. It's a fun atmosphere right now.
Wayne Gretzky scored number 894 against the Islanders. Last goal of his career at Madison Square Garden as a member of the New York Rangers.
I get it, you know this better than me. It took Gretz a period of time, right, to break it, right? I think Gordie Howe followed Gretz for a good period of time, right? 7, 8 games, and eventually goes on and becomes the greatest goal scorer in the history of the game.
That was when Gretzky scored number 802, March of 1994. Hold on. Had the puck taken away by Down. Here's Horvat. Down into the slot. Palmieri's shot blocked. Puck into the netting. 6 minutes in, first period. Ovechkin with one shot on goal. Capitals and Islanders scoreless. The NHL on
Sportsnet.ca
is brought to you by DraftKings Sports. Welcome back. Turn on True TV. Check out today's OviCast, the live-action camera of Alex Ovechkin right next to our game action, plus live tracking data and historical facts as Ovi chases Wayne Gretzky's all-time record. Speaking of all-timers, 3 of them in the building.
How lucky are we to be able to be here and be on the verge of history and all that greatness around that 3 box.
Patrick Roy, the Islanders head coach, at one point was the winningest goaltender in NHL history. Puck sent through the crease by Pajot, and he spoke about it earlier today. Sitnikov's shot handled by Lindgren. Patrick Roy was chasing Terry Sawchuk, who was the record holder at the time, and he mentioned that Sawchuk's son was around when Roy was pursuing his dad's record. Patrick now 3rd all-time, trailing Marty Brodeur and Marc-Andre Fleury. Hockey royalty.
Ovi took 14 40-plus goal seasons in NHL records. One that we couldn't get on that graphic there on Ovi's side.
Ovi's the all-time leader in power play goals, game-winning goals, empty net goals. Wayne the all-time leader in even strength goals and shorthanded goals. Holmstrom in behind the net, circling. Slides it across, bouncing puck. Lee kept it alive. Now Horvat near side, Lee unable to get it on goal.
Beautiful pass by Horvat.
Out in front, score!
great support in the offensive zone for the New York Islanders. There's a missed shot by Lee. And then Horvat works himself back into the middle of the ice. Beautiful pass by Holmstrom right in the slot area, and there he is, even though with the stick. Not allowing a full follow-through, ends up into the back of the net.
Yeah, you wouldn't think as a left-hand shot you'd get a lot on it, but he certainly did.
Ovechkin blocked by Pulock. Off the feed from Strome. Now Strome with it, out in front. Ovechkin controls. Down to the right side, jumped by Chychrun. Loose puck. And the Islanders clear the zone. Horvat turned 30 years of age yesterday. Has given the Islanders the lead with his 26th goal of the season.
Another short shift for Alexander Ovechkin. Tom Wilson and Dylan Strome off the ice for every even strength shift that hasn't had a whistle at the end of it.
Here's Mayfield, kept the puck in at the line. Cizikas lets it go through. In ball. Tied up in the corner. And now Eller moves the puck ahead for Mangiapane. Up the boards and down. Mayfield gathers it in. Just over 8 minutes gone. Period one. Islanders leading the Capitals 1-0. Ovechkin with one shot on goal so far. On a deflection off the left shoulder of Ilya Sorokin. Puck knocked out of the air by Eller. And then Radish stopped by Sorokin. Knocked down it comes for Carlson. And now Sandin looking for the redirect from Radish. Held it at the line by Carlson. D'Angelo and Radish come together. Romanov works the puck free for the Islanders. Up the boards from Gadcomb. Now back out in front. Gadcomb scores! The Islanders' fourth line converts. Seventh of the year for Gadcomb. It is now 2-0.
The one thing to keep in mind this afternoon is that this is a big game for the New York Islanders, and obviously history may be on the line, but the Islanders playing fast, using the wall to put pucks into areas and skate into it, and the fourth line able to chip in. A beautiful finish there by Gadcomb on the feed by McLean, and the Islanders have a quick start here at home.
Goes right to the blue paint, puts on the brakes, and pass wasn't exactly flat, but he's able to follow through and shove it to the back of the net with your lump going right to that blue paint. Good hard-working goal there, as you mentioned, moving to the fourth line.
Goals a minute 54 seconds apart, and now our first penalty.
Washington 26, minor penalty, holding.
Down to the box. Power play for the Islanders. We talked about the Islanders' desperation level, 7 points out. Only 7 games remaining on their schedule, including this one. Their power play has struggled all season long. Only 24 power play goals, fewest in the NHL. Goals from Horvat and Gadcomb.
Washington number 26.
Murray moves the puck down into the Islander zone.
Obviously, with no matter the majority of the season has really hurt that number with the man advantage.
Marcel played only 30 games. Here's Paul Mary. Mary already has a goal. Murray once again clears. Kick down to the box for holding. As we approach the midway point of period one, here's Horvat. Tries to put a move on, and now a save by Lindgren, looking for the puck. He's got it.
Dancing and weaving there by Paul Horvat, trying to walk around John Carlson and looking for number 2 on this afternoon.
Horvat leads the Islanders 53 points. Holmstrom and Lee the assist on his goal. Then Gatcomb from McLean and Romanov. And Riemsdyk skates the puck out. Just over a minute remaining on the power play for the New York Islanders. One shot so far during the man advantage. Here's Horvat. And his lead met by Matt Roy. D'Angelo out at the right point. D'Angelo with it again. Near side. Horvat shot blocked by the stick of Van Riemsdyk, and the puck deflects out of play.
Well, we talked to Patrick Waugh about Tony D'Angelo, the impact that he has had, Bush, on the back end. And Patrick Waugh, again, reading body language when we mentioned his name to him, he got really excited about being a great addition by team president and general manager Lou Lamoriello, bringing a guy like that who can make plays from the back end.
Yeah, he's a forechecking hard, right? You got to be able to make plays, D or pitching, so you got to have defensemen that can have poise, that can make that first pass, that can allow the forwards to get to work. D'Angelo certainly does that.
Shot by Thompson.
Maybe grazed the side of the post there, Benny. Good stick by Wilson.
Sorokin unable to play it, so Thompson in a race with Wilson.
Patrick Waugh also said about D'Angelo, you remember playing against him in the playoffs last year, which had an impact on him as well. So very happy with the way that D'Angelo has played here with the Islanders.
He was a member of the Hurricanes last season. Began this year playing in Russia in the KHL, and today his 400th National Hockey League game. Down out of the box. So the Capitals kill it off. Here's Mayfield at the left point. Around behind for Engvall. Watched by Faravari. Engvall maintains control of the puck. And now McMichael able to force it out. Ovechkin off the bench. Zizekas pressured by McMichael. Ovechkin setting up top of the crease. Pellis puts it up the board. Comes to Ovechkin. Picked off by Fashion. Sends it up the boards and down. This will be an icing call against the Islanders. Ovechkin remains out on the ice. 894 career goals. Wayne Gretzky scored his first NHL goal against Glenn Hanley, who also happens to be Ovechkin's first head coach in Washington.
Patrick Waugh here with Andrew Money and the grade 8.
Islanders control the face-off. Mayfield flips the puck out. Look at the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook. Now D'Angelo. Picked off at center by Chikrin. He's had a terrific season. He scored 20 goals.
Fresh new contract as well.
Ovechkin's still out there with Dubois and Mangiapane. Puck played behind the net by D'Angelo. Dubois in on the forecheck. Horvat up for Palmieri, joined by Lee. Foul Palmieri towards the net. Puck off by Sandin, and then a shot. Stopped by Lindgren. 7:19 to go. First period. With the Islanders leading 2-0. First it was for Horvat. And then a minute 54 seconds later, Martin Gatcomb.
James H. Brown and Associates. Alberta's precedent-setting injury lawyers are here for you. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and are unsure of what to do, call us for your free consultation. When accidents happen, go to jameshbrown.com.
You ask kids all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? But for me, it was a little bit different because I always said, I'm going to be a pilot. It's not that I want to be. Whatever it took, I was going to get there.
The moment when you earn your wings, the world is quiet. It's just you, the machine, and the skies. It's just such an unbelievable experience that I cannot put into words. You have to experience it for yourself.
Super straight, super white teeth. They want that Hollywood white smile.
Time's almost up. This is your last chance to win big with Full House Lottery. The final deadline is midnight, April 16th. 3 incredible grand prizes. Plus, don't forget the 50-50 Extra and Big Summer Bucks calendar. Every ticket supports the University of Alberta and Royal Alexandra Hospitals. So much to win, so little time. Get your tickets before it's too late. Final deadline's April 16th. Go to fullhouse.ca.
This raccoon needs to take extra care. She's a mom. The Americas. You watch with your family. You are enlightened and you are entertained.
The Americas. All new. Sundays, 7, 6 Central on City TV.
Ovechkin has played 4 shifts, has 1 shot on goal. Let's check in with Clark.
Ted, 1 goal is all Alex needs. You've been there since day 1. When did you first get the sense that he might be able to do this?
A couple of years ago, you could tell that he still had jump in him, still was very focused, and when we signed the 5-year extension, he said, look, promise me we'll have a good team. If we have a good team, everything will take care of itself. I'm very happy with the way the front office has constructed this team.
Great, thank you, Ted.
Thanks, Clark. Ted Leonsis, owner of the Washington Capitals. They won the Stanley Cup back in 2018. And enjoyed quite the celebrations throughout the offseason, led by Alex Ovechkin.
Why not?
Now looking to celebrate another milestone. Here's Strome. Torvari moving in to play the puck. Villiers was tied up. And the Islanders unable to clear. Strome keeps it alive.
Oh, good stick by Strome.
Here's Villiers turned aside by Sorokin.
Right off the shoulder there. Great stick by Dylan Strome to create that chance. And you mentioned earlier, Kenny, the former Islander, Anthony Beauvillier. There's that excellent stick defensively. And then look at this chance here. Great chance for Beauvillier.
Villiers began his career with the Islanders, has played for 5 teams since. Began this season with the Pittsburgh Penguins. 6.5 to go, first period. Glad you joined us this afternoon. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Tara Gel-Bashir. New York Islanders with a 2-0 lead on Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. Romanov taken away by McMichael. Now Romanov recovers. Circles back with the puck. Shots are 6-5 in favor of Washington. Here's McMichael for Dubois. Shot gets blocked. Romanov sweeps it to the side. Matt Martin back to the Islanders lineup the last couple of games in the absence of Anthony Duclair. Here's Sandin. Mayfield and Sandin come together. Ryan Leonard in to play the puck. Mangiapane out to the point. Van Riemsdyk. Sorokin hangs on. 5.5 remaining in period 1. They are tied 894 goals apiece.
James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta injury lawyers that served Alberta for over 30 years. We've helped thousands of injured Albertans get the settlements they deserve. Let our award-winning team of injury lawyers represent you and protect your best interests. We've achieved Alberta's largest injury settlements for spinal cord, traumatic brain, and other catastrophic injuries as a result of a motor vehicle accident. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, trust the experience and contact James H. Brown Injury Lawyers today.
You ask kids all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? But for me, it was a little bit different because I always said, I'm going to be a pilot. It's not that I want to be. Whatever it took, I'm just going to get there.
The moment when you earn your wings, the world is quiet. It's just you, the machine, and the skies. is just such an unbelievable experience that I cannot put into words. You have to experience it for yourself.
Time's almost up. This is your last chance to win big with Full House Lottery. The final deadline is midnight, April 16th. 3 incredible grand prizes. Plus, don't forget the 50-50 Extra and Big Summer Bucks calendar. Every ticket supports the University of Alberta and Royal Alexandra Hospitals. So much to win, so little time. Get your tickets before it's too late. Final deadline's April 16th. Go to fullhouse.ca.
Welcome back, our Mass Mutual dynamic duos. Check out the first 2 numbers on each side.
Same amount again. Look at Obi. 324. Look at his Gretz. Boosh. Look at those numbers.
Incredible. I mean, 73 shorthanded goals for the great one. And Obi, the power play is where he's done a lot of his damage. He's likely to see him on the ice right now.
He's cleaning it up there. It's like a field goal kicker. I think. That might be 5 yards, I think, now, or the way the rules are. So
maybe he's making a ramp, so when he gets that chance to face off.
All right.
Tom Wilson over to help out.
How crazy is that, though? The game's played goals. How does that happen?
Innovation from the Capitals fans. As Wayne Gretzky looks on, wife Janet. Strome will take the draw. Ovechkin set up. Couple of feet behind Strome. Horvat able to win the faceoff.
Good play by Lee along the boards there. Make sure that puck got out.
Here's Lee, cross ice, reflected away from Palmieri, who takes a hit from Wilson.
Another play by Tom Wilson defensively. He's made 2 dynamite plays defensively in his own zone.
There's Pellick. The shot was blocked by the stick of Strome. Wilson around behind the net, kept alive by Anders Lee. Now Van Riemsdyk will reverse it. Chased down by Horvat. Long shot, blocked by Chipman. A lot of time in the defensive zone here for Ovechkin. Puck down, chipped out. And Pollock on it for the Islanders. Now Pellick. Ovechkin will head back to the Capitals bench with 4:40 on the clock here in period 1. Now Pellick up the boards, Palmieri. Islanders with goals from Horvat and Gatcomb, leading the Capitals 2-0. Puck deflects up into the Islanders bench.
Tom Wilson, 43 and white going, coming back to the middle of the ice, anticipating to play all the way through, and stops the play over to Kyle Palmieri. He's made 2 really good plays just like that. But I made mention then to Tom Wilson earlier this morning, and just talking about the energy level, Bush and Kenny, not just today, but I mean pretty much all year long. It's been like this, knowing what was on the cusp and on the verge, and here we are within 1, and then he just talked about the excitement level and just so excited to be a part of this run.
It feels like when we're in the playoffs, doesn't it? I mean, the amount of, as you said, Edzo dignitaries and league officials that are here and the media attention, it's a nice feeling.
It's great for the game. It's certainly awesome.
Ovechkin's longtime teammate Nicholas Backstrom is in the building. He has assisted on more Ovechkin goals than anybody. John Carlson, second on that list.
Well, he gave him a beautiful one there on the record tire there. That was an unbelievable pass by Carlson. Right in the wheelhouse. I mean, it wasn't only about a 14 or 15-foot pass, but just perfectly placed by Carlson for the grade 8.
Carlson with 3 assists on Friday. Backstrom has helped set up 279 of the 894. Carlson, 158 assists on Ovechkin goals. Carlson on the ice here. Puck out of play with 3:03 remaining.
You missed his turn at the pinata.
Because you were busy not missing hockey. Watch in-game highlights, stories, and post-game recaps only with the NHL app.
One shot on goal so far today, 5 shifts. He has played 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Had that redirect on his second shift of the game. Off the shoulder of Sorokin. Sorokin making his 250th NHL start. He's never allowed a goal to Ovechkin in 3 previous games. Here's Mayfield to the corner. Ryan Leonard. Leonard moves the puck out of the zone. How about Ryan Leonard on Friday? He scores his first NHL goal into the empty net, and then he's presented the puck in the locker room by Wayne Gretzky. This made it 5-3. In his third NHL game. There's his dad, John, who was a New York Knicks draft pick. Terrific basketball player.
Yeah, he got singled out there in the locker room, as you mentioned, from Kretz. Shaking his hand. And what a week it's been. I mean, a week ago today, he was BC.
Probably thinks the NHL is this way all the time, right? With the entourage is flying around.
Some people have described it in a most positive way, a circus.
Ovechkin back on the ice. Horvat moves the puck in deep. Now Chikrin. Battling with Lee and Horvat. Under 2 to play in the period. And Rinksnight. Kept alive by Lee, and now the Capitals will come out. Wilson with Strome and Ovechkin. Wilson onto the stick of Ovechkin. Now Chikrin. 2-0 lead for the Islanders. Minute 35 to go here in the first as Van Riemsdyk fires in. One play by Pulock. Ovechkin got a stick on him. And now it's Pajot. Bullshit McCall. Ovechkin off to the Capitals bench. Islanders offside. And now Wilson and Pajot come together.
Wilson trying to pop off that fishbowl that Pajot is wearing. Ryan Puller takes his puck to the front of the net because he knows Tom Wilson is in behind there. He loses it. Hope he doesn't get that much on the shot. Ends up going off the skate of the Islanders defense.
Wilson's been one of the more vocal players here on the Capitals bench here so far. Martin took a hit from Matt Roy earlier in the game. He had an airful to give Martin. Wilson trying to get his team fired up as they're down.
Martin right now, inside right now.
It's constant with him.
He did the same thing on Wednesday night with Carolina.
He provided a lot of entertainment for us.
When the Canes were dictating the terms in that first period, outplaying the Caps, so he was the one guy that started running around and chirping and doing what he does.
Pajot. Now there's a nice to puck. Under a minute to go here in the first.
We had a chance to visit with the Hall of Famer, the great Patrick Law. Bush, I thought you asked him a great question, but the Islanders using this setting, and obviously they're in a position where they probably got to win all their games to give themselves a chance to make the playoffs, but kind of just worrying about one game and certainly knowing what Montreal is doing and an opportunity here this afternoon.
But you feel like in a game like this where there's so much attention and history on the line that maybe if your team can come through on the other side and in a setting like this, perhaps it could be something to kind of get them going and catapult them the rest of the way. Now look, they're probably going to need some help along the way. But as Patrick said, they want to take one game at a time, but I just feel a game like this could set the wheels in motion, perhaps, if they can come out with a victory here today.
As a player, as a coach, as an organization, you're looking for anything you can hang your hat on.
And now a look at the Islanders president, Lou Lamoriello.
Always great to see Mr. Lamoriello. He's in a good mood, we saw him this morning.
But by passing, knocked the stick out of the gloves of Sandin, and now Dubois for McMichael. Lou Lamoriello, the architect of 3 Stanley Cup winning teams in New Jersey. As Dubois slides it across, blocked by Carlson.
Blocked by Suzuki.
The first period comes to an end.
Carlson hangs around here at the end just to make sure nothing was going to happen. Good move there by the veteran D-man, but a heavy hit here by Leonard on Cizikas. Look at Carlson, he comes in there and he just in case anything, he takes some liberties on the outside.
We heard from the great one during the pregame. Lexus Intermission is coming up with Liam, Ace, Biz, and Rick Bonin. 6 shifts, 1 shot. Just a great inning.
Why have people chosen Taos as Canada's #1 German-engineered SUV? Now the new 2025 Taos is even better.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. Pro Enamel Active Shield actively strengthens the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
Hey, has that door always been there?
The Circle K door? Oh, yeah.
Circle K door.
Welcome to Circle K. The K stands for Ken. I'm Ken.
Just these, thanks.
Now you're entered into our contest. You can win $75,000.
$75,000?
Commercial's almost over. Convenient. Circle K. The K stands for Ken.
No, it doesn't.
This is the Raya family. They came in because they didn't have the 5% down payment they needed to buy this house. We got them approved to borrow the 5%, a great rate on their mortgage, and now they're moving in. Come see me and my team and make sure you're building the best foundation for your family.
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Get the comfort and style of glide step now with the convenience of slip-ins, with no bending down or touching your shoes. Try glide step Skechers slip-ins.
Are you ready? We got it, we got it. Turn down, you can turn up.
It's gonna be an epic battle.
You at the right place, look no further.
We're bringing this town back.
Take a look at this, take a look at this.
This is really good.
We really need Tari's help on this one. You have no permits.
The window to nowhere.
Shower in a closet.
But we're here to fix it.
This is wild.
We got it, you at the right place, look no further.
This spring at Canadian Tire, you'll find over 1,000 deals each week, up to 40% off. So while it's not always easy, we've gotten used to goodbyes. Discover this week's deals online or in the flyer.
Raptors, Nets, today on Sportsnet 1.
It's the Lexus Intermission Report. Alex Ovechkin tied with Wayne Gretzky at 894 goals, but he has never scored against Ilya Sorokin. It's a hot ticket on Long Island. Hockey history on the line. Give the fans what they want. Mark Gatcomb, 887 goals behind Gretzky and Ovi. the chase starts tonight. It's 2-0. Islanders in control. Lee McHugh, Paul Bismuth.
Islanders super fan, by the way.
It's a good night. It's a good day. Anson Carter's here. Rick Bones is here. Bones, it's good to have you here for many reasons, but certainly talk about the coaches right now. Carberry, Patrick Waugh. There's a game being played here. It feels like it's just part of a production, but there is a time where you have to focus. You have the Caps. They've been struggling, and the Islanders, who Edzo said it, you basically got to win every game at this point.
Well, you do. And like 2 points for Washington, they're fighting with Winnipeg for that President's Trophy. Those points are important. Islanders are fighting for their life. Those points are important. Islanders trying to get a roll because they won their last game. Now they need these 2 points. So, and I'm sure both coaches dealt with this yesterday, because in the locker room after both practices, if they practice, all the media wants to talk about is Ovechkin's goals, as they should. He deserves that. But it can't come to the point where it's a distraction on your team game. So I'm sure both coaches started to address this yesterday and especially this morning. We need the 2 points. Yeah, all the attention's on OV. We get it. It should be. But let's not get away from our team game, especially the Islanders, because every loss for them, it moves them further and further away from their chances for the playoffs. I think Patrick's done a really good job, and his team is ready to play. They've created a lot of good chances. Now they've got to break out of their zone a little cleaner because they're spending some unnecessary time in there, and Ovechkin might score on a good forecheck, but at least they're creating some offense. They're playing to win. They're spending time in the Washington zone, and I'm sure Spencer's probably get after his team a little bit. We've got to tighten this thing up a little bit because they give us some chances that they normally don't give up.
How much, if you coach the Islanders, Bones, would you have tapped into players' pride and said, yes, 2 points are important, but you do not want to be part of history? You want to make sure it doesn't happen on your watch.
You walk a fine line there because, again, now you're dealing with the distraction. You're dealing with Ovechkin. You've got to focus on your team game. They're well aware of those things. Right? As a player, you know that. You're well aware of what's going on. I don't need a coach to tell me I don't want to get scored on when Ovechkin's on the ice. I want to make sure my coach is telling me, what's the process for us to win the game? Give me the details of what we have to really focus on to give us the best chance to win the game. They all know what's going on. They all know what's at stake. They all know when he's on the ice because the crowd's reacting every time he steps on the ice. So they're aware.
Let's take a look at some of the good things that Patrick Waugh's team is doing. Yeah. Lexus highlight, generating some offense.
Yeah, they're focusing on their play right now. I think they're supporting the puck really well, and we got 2 examples of that. The first clip, it's just taking advantage of a bad gap, and it's on a breakout. And you're going to see Holmstrom on the far side here. He sees that bad gap, and he knows Tony DeAngelo wants to make a play. So a beautiful caution drop, and he almost looks like Kaprizov here circling the zone. And Holmstrom's been a good bright spot in this Islander lineup all season long. And as he continues to circle, this puck's on finding him behind the net, and just great vision. Maybe not the best of goals, 5-goal here from Horvat, but just beautiful vision and a great shift from Holmstrom. And then the fourth line gets involved, and this is just a great example. 2-on-2 to start, but they 2-on-1 this defenseman Carlson. A great bank safe play, and then they just beat him with the boots. Cat home after making the play. He's lightning in a bottle right to the net, and this is what we call a fourth line saucer pass, just rolling on edge, but he ends up finding it. Hey, they don't ask how, they ask how many, right? So a great shift there from the fourth line, a great job supporting the puck and really distributing it well and doing some good things offensively to start this one.
Nice breakdown, Busy.
Hey, caffeine's working.
You mentioned playing for pride, and I got to believe that applies to Ilya Sorokin. He is well aware 182 different goalies that Alexander Ovechkin has scored on. He is not one of them. You got to feel like when it's all done, he'd love to be able to say, "Oh, Ovechkin, the goal champ,
100%.
Never beat me."
You don't think people back in their home country, back in Russia, is watching what's happening? You know, all his friends and family. No, whenever I played in the U.S. and our games were Hockey Night in Canada, back in Canada, I knew my friends were watching. I knew that's all they would talk about if I had a terrible game all summer long. So, yeah, for sure. All that pride's coming into effect 100%. He's saying to himself, I do not want Ovi to score. Eventually, I want him to win that title and get that record, but not on my watch.
That'd be some nice bragging rights sitting around in a few years when they're both retired in Russia, having some beers, like, hey, congrats on the goal record, but you never squeeze one by me, buddy.
I know they're having beers, maybe vodka.
Yeah, a little vodka. Ovi was crushing a few after that game the other night, yeah.
Why not?
I mean, Kucherov got the beer sponsorship. He should get one, right? Bud Light, start snapping that money around. Shane Gillis ain't the only one who can do it.
Now, this feels like Caps Islanders.
Yes.
Right here.
There we go. The hate's back.
There,
oh, yeah.
bring it.
Mitt.
And the young guy, Ryan Leonard, getting into it.
He is a menace. Absolute menace.
There are many kinds of muscle pain. Back pain, arm pain, and whatever this is pain. Give muscle pain a rest day. When pain says you can't, Ed says you can.
Can you stay little forever?
Before you know it, she'll be walking.
Yes!
Or skating, am I right?
Colby Armstrong? Did you know that with Desjardins on your team, you can feel protected at every stage of the game because peace of mind is priceless.
Oh, so that we can focus on just training this one to get on the ice.
Hey, nice skates.
Oh, that reminds me. Here you go.
Look at these.
Protect your loved ones with the right life insurance coverage from Desjardins.
You collect this painting. We have this painting especially...
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the grabs as they await the American chant. Here's the Cleveland favorite hits now. And boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their feet. Such a good shirt on a smart shorts like those. Not bad. Look, world
Congrats.
We don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, we're going to earn that title.
We love you, Gretzky!
Teamwork, passing, show what it means to play the Marines.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
Wondering where in the world to travel next? At AMA Travel, our experts can unlock exciting destinations and special deals. Discover places you may not have imagined. Let an AMA Travel expert take you there.
La 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 la.
Bad Boy Cabal, Bad Boy Elixir, the new masculine fragrance, Carolina Herrera.
Between these two teams, so Buds and Bulls renew their rivalry. Really important to it's a battle for the division lead.
Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. Watch on Sportsnet or stream on Sportsnet Plus.
But there's nothing better than a national
Last seen in Toronto in 67.
Montreal between 68 and 64 years in the 70s, then 86 and 93.
I'm in Edmonton.
Then you took a trip to Calgary in 89 before you returned to Edmonton in 1990. Before you returned to Edmonton.
I almost bumped you there last year.
32 years.
Stanley Cup playoffs begin April 19th on Sportsnet. Here for the Cup.
The evidence speaks for itself.
Nice, Mikey. Hold it.
39 years old. The energy is definitely still there for Ovechkin as he tries to pass Wayne Gretzky on the all-time goal list. Checking out our DraftKings Sportsbook Live odds. It's Ovechkin, minus 105 odds to score a goal. It's not too late to make your live bets the number one sportsbook for live betting. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code SKATE. New customers can bet $5. Get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Isles up 2-0 here. Oh, yeah. He's waiting right now. Although, I would say, hope he's been on chair. It's not a slog through this whole thing. Gretz is there. We get to chat with him. He chirped you, Biz.
Yeah.
He's on his game.
Yeah, he's feeling happy right now, you know?
He's on
There's a lot of gratitude.
You know, it's a big day and the sweater vest comes out. It's a big moment.
I was just going to ask Bones, do you have any great memories of Wayne scoring goals?
Quite a few. Of course, when I first got into coaching in the early 80s, we were with the Winnipeg Jets, and we played quite a few games against them when they were in their heyday.
Oh, no.
And we would score 5 goals and they would score 6 or 7, and Brett would have 4 or 5. Like, in the playoffs a couple years in a row, we beat Calgary, then we'd have to play Edmonton, and there was no chance we could beat them. It was either Brett scored or Curry or Powell, and they had Furzy in the net. It was unreal, but he was the best player I've ever coached against. He was unreal. His ability to see the ice and make plays, and always a threat.
And he's on Long Island. He is 894. Ovi is 894. We will see 2 periods to play. We'll see if Alexander Ovechkin can take sole possession of first place on the all-time list. Second period coming up after this.
Choose to get out there. Choose your calling. Choose to make memories. Mazda. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move.
We did it, boys. We did it.
Yes!
Dear Mother, I'm no stranger to suffering, but nothing could have prepared me for this. The boys come to us mangled and blinded, and so often there is little we can do. If this war doesn't end soon, there won't be a man living on the face of the earth.
We love you!
Irene. But don't worry, we nurses continue. I continue. I'm glad I came, but I think very often how good it will be when it's all over, and I'm returning to all I love most, home.
Eleanor Thompson was awarded the Military Medal for her bravery that night. Eden Pringle was killed in action. They were 2 of the nearly 3,000 Canadian nursing sisters during the First World War.
Allegra. You don't have to be sneezy.
That's you, isn't I?
Or sleepy.
Hello? Yeah, we know.
Allegra gives you fast, non-drowsy allergy symptom relief, so you won't be sneezy or sleepy.
Do you know what I'm allergic to?
Maybe not even grumpy. Ditch the sneezing and the drowsiness with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. See Disney Snow White now playing only in theaters.
This raccoon needs to take extra care. She's a mom. The Americas. You watch with your family. You are enlightened and you are entertained.
The Americas. All new. Sundays, 7, 6 Central on City TV.
If you want to be in a family, you better run for your whole family tree. Oh, yeah. Third and Canadian Center, 94 hours and the most trusted paint brand. Hey, you don't have that. That's flashy. You have paint and primer. It's just okay. Well, right there, you can paint a whole room for
Top Chef heads north.
Welcome to Toronto.
And when the competition hits Canada,
they're here to fight for over $500,000.
There are no apologies allowed. Top Chef, all new, Thursdays at 9 on Bravo.
Introducing Roger
The NHL on TNT is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Welcome back to UBS Arena. New York Islanders with a 2-0 lead over Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals with Wayne Gretzky in the building. There's the grade 8. One shot out of deflection in the first period. He played 6 shifts. And Bruce Ilya Sorokin faced 8 Washington Capital shots, stopped them all.
Yeah, and for Sorokin, let's try and get inside his head and what he's thinking today. And, to me, I think he'd like nothing more than to see everybody who showed up at this rink today to pack their bags, pack all the equipment, and move the circus on to the next place. To me, I think it's a heck of a motivator for somebody to really find a way to keep Ovechkin at bay and in turn kind of get their team going, as we talked about. But I can tell you, as the next goaltender, that would be my goal today so far through 20 minutes. been able to do that, but no power plays yet for Washington. We're going to keep an eye on.
Ovechkin takes his seat on the Capitals bench as we get set to begin the second period. Paul Horvat opened the final goal.
Are you ready, fellas?
And then his teammate Mark Gatko beat Charlie Lindgren a minute 54 seconds later. With Michael, Dubois, and Leonard start the second period for Washington. Up against Pajot, Holmstrom, and Simlikov. This is Leonard had that big hit on Cizikas as the first period came to an end. Holmstrom carries the puck out. He's bumped by Leonard. Here comes Pajot for Simlikov. Shot deflects wide. D'Angelo has it out at the right point. Now Pajot. Tony D'Angelo stopped by Lindgren. Simlikov looking for the rebound. Puck taken away by Sandin. Opening minutes, second period. Here's Romanov for the Islanders. Puck sent into the corner by Palmieri. Back down into the Islanders zone. It's a Washington icing.
Well, we talked about Tony D'Angelo back in the first period. Watch the play that he makes here. He moves his puck down the wall, and his job is not done. He's going to work himself into a spot that he becomes an outlet and be a reception to be able to shoot this puck. And he gets a lot on this. And there's a little bit of a screen in front of the net there by Lindgren, but an excellent play there by Tony D'Angelo.
I think that screen is why Lindgren left that rebound, and then he was able to clean up the spill after that with a terrific left pad save. But good point there, Edzo, about D'Angelo and what he brings, and it's something that's lacking on that Islander blue line, the ability to kind of create offense. Yeah, maybe look like a dip as well.
Dobson on the back end there. All of a sudden you got guys back there, depending on how Patrick Wall wants to roll his defense, to be able to have a guy out there, at least you know for the majority of the time is going to be able to, as far as a forward's point of view, I know you were speaking from the goaltender's position earlier, Bruce, but from the forward's perspective, you know there's a pretty good chance the guy's going to put it right on your tape and give it to you in a good spot, or he's going to be able to skate you out of trouble.
Here's Dobson for the Islanders. We've still not seen Ovechkin here on the ice in the second period. Capitals have used three different lines.
We've seen a lot of look and pull it so far in this game, as far as the matchup on the back end in particular for the Isles.
Look at the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook.
Heading level 3. Heading level.
Murray moves the puck out. Knocked down by Mayfield. So Wilson hops over the boards. Down comes away with the puck. Matt Roy.
Capitals. Alex.
Into the left of Sorokin. Another Washington icing. Join the great chase for victory over cancer by donating $8 or any amount.
Washington Capitals Alex. Search from
Cancer Research Foundation and Hockey Strikes Cancer.
Shorts tab item. Reason to flash out. Search filters. Heading level 3. Washington Capitals 2022 goal horn. Alexander Ovechkin by Elite Gold.
National Hockey League and the defense coming together over the course of the last 14 or 15 months. Just can't wait for the days where hockey wins cancer. And great job by the Washington Capitals, and in particular the grade 8.
Who steps onto the ice here for the Washington Capitals. Puck deflected in by Horvat. Schifrin gets it his way. And now Wilson with the outlet pass. Ovechkin on the left side for Van Riemsdyk. Running wide on Pulock. Pass broken up. Now Strome with it. Strome out to Ovechkin. Long shot. Blocked it inside by Sorokin. Ovechkin with it again. Ovechkin sends the puck across the top of the crease area.
He was looking for Strome, who was tied up by Horvat.
Here's Horvat for Palmieri. In with a shot, and that misses the net.
It'd be blocked by Chikrin. Now Palmieri's banged up a little bit.
Wilson tried to get it through to Ovechkin. Here comes Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk. Pass broken up. Passing for the Islanders. Now Engvall unable to control. Puck in the equipment of Strome. Giapatti just off the bench. The longtime Calgary Flame. Just over 3 minutes gone. Second period. A definite pause whenever Ovechkin is around the puck in the offensive zone. Romanov and Radich. Taylor Radich playing his 300th National Hockey League game. Romanov flashing over to help. Celtic 9-7 Washington. New York Islanders with a 2-0 lead. Puck played by Romanov up the boards. And Cizikas flips it down into the Washington zone. Played by Engvall, waiting for teammates. Kept alive by Gatcomb, who has a goal today. John Carlson. Caps come out of their zone. Sandin back for Carlson. Puck lines around behind Sorokin. Now Leonard tried to come out from behind the net.
Dobson with a good play on Leonard.
Matt Martin with McLean and Gatcomb. Fourth line on the ice for the New York Islanders. Here Luke Dubois with the puck for Washington. Bottled up by Martin. Lindgren settles it down for Roy. And now Leonard. Ryan Leonard, one of the 3 finalists for the Hobie Baker Memorial Award. Top player in college hockey. Following another outstanding season at Boston College.
Urivari to the bench to the left of me, leaking from the nose. That's tangled up with Anders Lee in front of me. A little bit of blood. I don't know if I think it may have happened prior to that, though.
Only one penalty assessed so far, and that was on the Caps. Islanders could not convert on the power play. Duhaime for Beauvillier. Puck in the skates of Dowd. Works it back out to the point, and now it's shot by Chikrin and blocked by Siplikov. Dowd back into the Islander zone.
Good try there by Beauvillier. Lifted up the stick of Dobson quickly and tried to shovel that puck to Sorokin.
Here's Siplikov, 2-on-2 with Holmstrom. Siplikov dropping it for Pellick. Kept alive by the Islanders defenseman Pellick. Towards the net. Knocked into the corner. And now Chikrin controls for the Caps.
Who handled a good quick play there defensively.
Buzz. Ovechkin sitting on top of the boards at the Caps bench. And now back on the ice. Here comes Chikrin. Now Strome. Strome, cross-ice pass. Here's Carlson moving in. Left pad save. Carlson again. Stopped by Sorokin.
I think Ovechkin might have got a trip on that shot pass by Carlson.
Heading level.
Ovechkin with the one shot.
All tab item. Complimentary YouTube video player group.
Looks like Carlson took a high stick. Play continues. Shot by Romanov. Knocked down in front. Out the pass for Strome. Here comes Ovechkin, taken away by D'Angelo.
How about the back pressure by Cizikas as well? And these guys don't want to shut Ovi down.
Minutes remaining in period 2. Now the Capitals will head to the power play. You can hear the Capitals portion of this crowd react. The Ovi chants got started. There's that last redirect on the opposite attempt.
What a save there. Great play. A power play coming for the Capitals. Down 2. Straight 8 away.
I don't care what the law is. Video loading graphic. Video loading graphic. Video loading graphic.
With a
video loading graphic.
Stand side by side.
Video loading.
And Wayne Gretzky finished off a three-way pass.
Video loading. Graphic.
Maybe not even correct.
Video loading.
Ovechkin fires. What a first goal. And Wayne Gretzky finished off a three-way passing and one. Gretzky, and they got another milestone, but a great one. The Great Eight stand side by side with the Great One. Great one.
Career goals number 1 and 94 scored by both Alex Ovechkin and Wayne Gretzky. And now the Capitals head on the power play for the first time today. No player in NHL history has scored more power play goals than Alex Ovechkin. 324. Out with Strom Wilson.
Video loading graphic. Video loading graphic. Video Washington.
Why they turned the puck over in the offensive zone. He had to stay all the way back into his own zone there. But no, look, he's just trying to find a seam and know that, hey, I'm going to try to force it to him if he's open.
Here's Ovechkin. Shoots!
Sound group. Stereo. Stereo. Sound group. Jump. Stereo. Sound. Stereo. Record. So record. Headset. Microphone. Microphone. Listen. Check. Listen to this. Listen. Microphone. New checkbox checked.
Alex Ovechkin! You did it!
Check. Levels tab item 3 of cancel. Levels. Micro.
The Great Eight is the greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history.
Audacity. Value decreased. Washington Capital. User search. Combo edit. Speed. Still. Gretzky. Washington. Shift. Up. Windows.
His most traditional
heading. Action menu.
The rotation can move those guys around to get over the open.
Breaks out Wayne Gretzky giving the power play numbers.
That
area of the ice.
The 19,000 plus fans,
jam with his teammates,
mom,
the training staff, the equipment managers.
YouTube video player. Search combo edit expanded.
The front office, the staff. Okay, so this is absolutely amazing. Right part of your screen, Tom Wilson finds them.
Action.
Top of the circle.
Current setting is person.
Left wing boards.
Edmonton. Tab. Videos tab up.
And hockey
Videos
history.
Tab. Click. Post. Search. Search edit.
Gretz's office was behind the net.
Still.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Space. Home tab up.
That we know where that man's office is. On the ice.
YouTube.
His mom, his wife, his kids. The great one.
Shorts tab up.
Second
Post.
place for the first time.
Search.
March of 94.
Alex Ovechkin. While we were showing that goal Ovi continued to go down the line, shaking hands, hugging members of the team, the organization, in a class move here. We saw the other night in
Wayne
BC
Gretzky skates as Rogers placed by Edmonton. Heading level 3,
acknowledging
Senegal tribute Wayne Gretzky by
the
Edmonton.
Islanders do the same, acknowledging him. Patrick Roy, his staff, acknowledging Ovi with a round of applause. And the crowd here all on their feet. Cameras above. And the chants of Ovi, Ovi. On this historic day in the National Hockey League.
It was worth the price of admission for many of these fans who did not have tickets a couple of days ago.
Alex's remarkable career.
First time he has ever scored on his countryman, Ilya Sorokin, in 4 games. Ovechkin saluting the crowd as video now plays on the scoreboard across center ice. Career highlights.
Congratulations, my great achievement. I'm sure you'll even get to 500, maybe even 600.
Talks from the commissioner, the 2 greatest goal scorers in the history of the National Hockey League.
Sergei Kochar, the terrific head of public relations for the Washington Capitals, who's been very close with Alex Ovechkin for many, many years.
Mr. Leonsis jump on the ice as well and gets a big hug from his captain.
Gordie Howe held the record 31 years, 11,092 days. Wayne Gretzky held the record for 31 years, 11,338 days.
We talk about the class of that man right there. Talking to Kurt Muller, assistant coach for the Washington Capitals. Gretz made his way to the Islander bench. The class of Wayne Gretzky is, look what he does. He heads right over and who's the shake hand? Taylor Hall Center, the head coach of the New York Islanders. Patrick Roy, and then the reaction there with Ovi and the commissioner as well. And now his family has made their way down.
By the way, we asked Patrick Roy prior to the game his memories from playing against Wayne Gretzky. He scored 5 goals on Watt in 23 career games. He said they were so much different as far as the shot. Alex Ovechkin was such a powerful shot. Look at that. But he was so smart every time he was out on the ice. At 895, one ahead of Wayne Gretzky. The great 8.
Сайт, это молодец. Это очень хорошо. Для тебя очень сильно. И я думаю, что гордится тобой сейчас и папа, потому что он мог сделать для того, чтобы ты стал вот таким
His mom, and obviously Mr. Leonsis, the owner of the Washington Capitals.
Ovechkin from Wilson and Strome on the power play at 7:26 of the second period.
To honor this monumental achievement, please welcome Alex's family, his wife, Nastya, and their 2 children, Sergei and Ilya. Alex's mother, Tatiana, and father-in-law, Kirill. Joining them is NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, Capitals owner Ted Leonsis, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And the new NHL all-time goals leader, Alex Ovechkin.
We have all just witnessed history in front of greatness. Wayne, you'll always be the great one, and you had a record that nobody ever thought could be broken. But Alex, you did it. You have been amazing. You have been the consummate player representing the NHL extraordinarily on and off the ice. Thank you for all you have given the game. And greatness starts with players like you and Wayne, a team and an organization like the Capitals. Ted Leonsis, congratulations. You can applaud. To celebrate and commemorate this moment, there is a Canadian artist who does sports named Tony Harris. You collect his paintings. We had this painting especially commissioned for you to celebrate and commemorate this amazing, amazing accomplishment. Congratulations. Greatness is now part of your name. And now the original great one. Oh, thank you.
First of all, I wanted to say it's nice not to be in the Nassau Coliseum because I lost a lot of games there. Secondly, the history of this organization from Mr. Torrey, Mr. Arbor, got to sit with Brian Trottier and Butch Goring today. Just such wonderful people. Islanders and the New York fans all the best, but we're here today to celebrate this guy here, number 8. I can tell you firsthand, I know how hard it is to get to 894. 895 is pretty special. My congratulations to not only Alex, his mom and dad, his family, his wife and kids. When I broke the record, my 2 kids were about the age of his boys, so it's kind of reminiscent for me, and I'm so happy that 2 of my boys are here tonight. But there's nothing better than the National Hockey League. They say records are made to be broken, but I'm not sure who's going to get more goals than that.
I can score a goal.
It's the greatest game in the world. I want to congratulate every organization, the commissioner and the league, and to the referees who do such a great job. Our sport is so hard. Trust me, I was John McEnroe a lot when I played. But these guys do an incredible job. And thank you all so much. Alex, I said I'd be the first guy to shake your hand when you broke the record. And I wore this key. And one last thing before Alex speaks. One of the great things about my setting the record, Colleen Howe bought my wife a beautiful gift and a wonderful note. And we know how the legacy of hockey passes down. But so does it with the families and the wives. So my wife has something very beautiful for his lovely wife that we want to pass on. But Mr. Leonis,
how much time is left?
Congratulations. And when I set the record, they bought me a Rolls Royce. So you got your work cut out.
I'm sure right now there's nothing that you're doing that's illegal. Yeah, I'm certain that you haven't had collusions with the mafia. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For serious Indian mafia, please don't kill me, that's a joke. India, I'm sorry about the memes, you're the best. I love my Indian bros. From Bombay to Bangladesh, I'll take on all the world for you. I'm a heavy hitter. About to cause a genocide, so you can call me.
And when I
video and desist had a problem with me telling them to hold their defecation, but let me educate you, silly, that's not defamation. T-Series can eat a dick, still not defamation. Suck my fucking Swedish meatballs, still not defamation. Did you know that Indians have poo-poo in their brains? That's a blatant racist lie. Yeah, but still not defamation. India got YouTube figured out. That's sick, son. How about next you figure how to fix the caste system? Those ads will solve your crippling poverty. But looking at T-Series past, I'm guessing not probably. But never mind the poor people, we just hit a party. Just hit a pop some bottles with a 9-year-old army. Not alcoholic cause I had a real problem, but we still have to live it like we're about to kamikaze. So this is it, thanks for sticking with my channel. Ever since I was a nobody screaming in barrels. Yeah, this is it. It's been an adventure. That's the end of the race. So we can still be heard. There's one man's breakfast from the number one. Congratulations.
What a day, huh? Like I always say all the
the time, it's a team sport, and without my boys, the whole organization, the fans, the trainers, coaches, I would never stand there, and obviously I would never pass a great one. So, fellas, thank you very much. I love you so much, and I know Nicholas Baxter here, TJ Oshie. Fellas, I love you. We did it, boys. We did it. Thank you, Les Sorokin, to let me score 895. Love you, brother. And the last thing, all of you fans, for the whole world, Russian, we did it, boys. We did it. It's a history. And the most important thing, to my mom, my family, my beautiful wife, my father-in-law, my beautiful kids, thank you. I love you so much. And without you, without your support, I would never stand here. So, love you guys.
And once again, the new NHL all-time goals leader, Alex Ovechkin.
Beautiful ceremony here at UBS Arena. The commissioner, the great one, and the great eight. We also thank Ilya Sorokin, the Islanders goaltender, who allowed number 895. That felt just as good as when he dove into the fountain during the Stanley Cup celebration.
Whatever, I'm going to take a shot. I'll pass it to you. One catch it to me right away.
What a special moment here at UBS Arena.
The sweater's off.
One of the first people Ovechkin hugged after scoring the goal as he skated over to the Caps bench was for a long time equipment manager Fred Woody Layton, who has been there with Ovechkin since day one in Washington.
Well, they are the lifeline of a hockey player. Those players take care of those guys because they are so vital. They will take care of you the rest of your life, regardless if you are the greatest goal scorer in the history of the National Hockey League or somebody that plays 100 games. I love that Ovi went out of his way and mentioned the trainers in his speech.
That's Woody on the right. The blue jacket. Now heading down the runway. By the way, it was on this date. It was on this date, Eddie, in 2004, April 6th, when the Capitals won the Grand Line.
Okay, I was in Pittsburgh at the time, so
I know you remember it well.
I had eyes on what was going on and whether we were going to get the first pick or the second pick. And There you see Alex Ovechkin talking to Ilya Sorokin. It was going to be either Alex Ovechkin or Evgeny Malkin.
Second pick turned out pretty well for the Habs.
Without a doubt. We're in a win-win. It's just amazing. It's just amazing to be such a small part of it. To see it happen and just how organic the reaction was. Him sliding and then getting picked up. I think Dylan Strome had to pick him up there and got him right in the celebration and worked himself all the way over to the penalty box. And that's unbelievable.
Oh, by the way, we still have a game to play. 12:34 remaining in the second period. We should celebrate Alex Ovechkin's record-breaking 895th goal with merchandise from NHL Shop. Purchase the efficient collectible items.
Right there, look at them. They're looking at, they gotta be looking at the phone. Oh, Boosh, right? Boosh, can you be a sneaky peeker there? Can you see what they're doing?
He's on the other side of the thing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The other period, I would. How appropriate that the goal that breaks it is a power play goal. Isn't it? You could just get the sense that if they got that one power play opportunity that Ovi would. You're right, you said it, it wasn't the traditional one-timer that we normally see, but that quick release. I had a beautiful view from my angle.
Off the entry, Bush.
Off the entry, and the screen that was in front of Sorokin. Just a perfectly placed shot to the upper half of the net on the short side.
So the Capitals on the Ovechkin power play goal have pulled to within one.
Oh, yeah, we've got to finish the second period here.
There's a lot of action from UBS Arena. Republican press announcer, another Alex Anthony, finally announces the goal.
Oh, good save by Sorokin on Big Michael. Well, you wonder, with all the celebration and mayhem, where's the puck? Everybody wanted to get into the pile there, Bush, and every other puck, they've all been diving for it, right? I mean, anybody that the puck goes in the net, the closest guy grabs it, but everybody says, you know what? Going into that celebration.
Retrieved by the linesman, Dan Kelly. The officials acknowledged by the Great One during his speech.
Got a nice ovation, or at least recognized here. Roy banged up a little bit in that near corner. Game 61 for Ovi. He's got 42 goals this year. Incredible.
Third in the entire league. Leon Draisaitl at 52. William Nylander 44. And by the way, he scored in 5 straight games. He missed 16 games earlier this season with a leg injury.
You knew you were going to have to catch fire in order to do it. Well, expect him to do it like this. I mean, he's got games to spare. You're thinking like last game or 20 goals in his last 27 games. You know, you're thinking maybe the last game of the season, second to last game of the year, but to do it with what, we got 6 games left? It's incredible.
Maybe ends up at 899 at the end of the year. That'd be apropos, would it not? 8 for the grade 8 and 99 for the grade 1.
900 certainly in his sights. There's Dobson, speaking of 8. His shot gets blocked. Kept in the zone by the Islanders. It's Horvat. Dropping it off for Dobson. Lee. Missing the net wide. Duhaime comes away with the puck for the Caps. Duhaime carries in behind the goal. Defended by Horvat. Out to Van Riemsdyk. Shot deflected by Wilson. Saved by Sorokin. McLean play by Wilson, sending it back out for Chikrin. His shot missed it in.
Sorokin made a couple of great saves in this game off of deflections. The first one of the game looked like offside, and it was. The first deflection of the game was Alexander Ovechkin. He seems to be tracking the puck extremely well.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I think the Capitals are trying their best to provide traffic in front of him. The redirects he's had to fight through. Obviously, he didn't see the one that Ovechkin scored, but with that traffic and shooting for traffic, those become difficult saves. And they're a miss there for the Capitals. Sorokin has been sharp this afternoon.
Bush, we have just been told the highlight of the goal he scored against you, the incredible goal during his rookie season, that has moved down to number 2 on the YouTube search list.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for Ilya Sorokin.
That was many goals ago. Career goal number 32. There's Engvall into the shot off the pipe. Pellick on the puck for the Islanders.
Passion to get it over to Engvall. A little bit of a screen in front of Lindgren as well.
Just over 10 to play, second period. Islanders took a 2-0 lead, and then Alex Ovechkin on the power play with Engvall in the box. At the 7:26 mark of the second period.
Right back on the ice there after getting dinged up last shift.
Puck sent in by Romanov. Lindgren stops it behind the net. And now it's Roy for Mangiapane.
And during the celebration, too, I mean, hopefully everybody could feel it back at home. I mean, just an unbelievable excitement and appreciation.
Second of the game.
Quickly to the Islanders reset and get back to work. And it's the fourth line again. Get it in, get after it, get on the hunt. It's Matt Martin this time who's able to get to that puck first and alertly gets this puck out to the slot.
Right off the step of looked like he was trying to move that puck back to a point. Var's doing exactly what you want to move defensively.
I thought initially it was just a clean pass, but good job by Martin to be first on the scene. The Islanders are able to get that good feeling back on their side.
So Mark Gatcomb, who played collegiately at UConn, with his first career 2-goal game. Talk about milestones.
Both within probably about 3 feet of the goal line.
So when Gatcomb shows his kids at Grand Julian the box score, Gatcomb, Ovechkin, Gatcomb.
And maybe he's not done. You never know.
8 career goals. Only 887 away from Ovi.
Just to finish that story on the crowd, just the energy and appreciation and knowing such a special moment, just the reaction that they had inside UBS Arena. Just incredible. You guys well meant. I mean, there are a boatload of red sweaters in this building.
And such classy remarks that he has expected by all three gentlemen who took the microphone. There's Holmstrom, looks to slip through the defense. Sitnikov to the puck. And now it's Ryan Leonard. Mayfield back on it for the Islanders, who lead 3-1. 7 points in the playoff spot. 6 games remaining following this one. Ovechkin with a power play goal earlier in this period. now the Capitals heading back to the man advantage.
There with the call.
Look who's back. Ovechkin, Wilson, Strome, Chikrin, Carlson. Here's Carlson with the puck. Wilson sets up Strome. Ovechkin in his office, top of the left wing circle. Now cuts towards the net. Back out from Chikrin, out of the zone. Capitals must reset. Palmieri in the box for tripping. Second power play for Washington. Good stick there from Ryan Pulock, and the Islanders clear. (3-1) lead for the New York Islanders. Mark Gatcomb with a pair of goals. There's Chikrin across the line. Gets it around for a waiting Tom Wilson. Romanov knocked down by Carlson. There's Strome. Strome and Wilson assisted on the Ovechkin goal. There's Ovi once again. Puck was bouncing on him. And then he got the stick cut off from their equipment of Holmstrom. Carlson moves it in deep. Dylan Strome back out. John Carlson. Now Strome. 7:11 to go. Second period. Strome in with a shot. 40 seconds remaining on the Caps power play.
Little interchange over Carlson and Ovi.
Ovechkin up top. Now Strome. Strome below the goal line. Chikrin. Chikrin shoots. Saved by Sorokin. Pucked in the equipment of Mayfield, and the play blown dead. Still can't find the puck. There it is. There is Sorokin, the man who allowed goal number 895. Sorokin also credited with a goal of his own this season. One shot so far on the power play for the Caps. Ovechkin remains on the ice. Puck taken away from Sam Dean. Cleared by Pellick. Race to the puck. Horvat and Dubois. Penalty coming up. To keep this cross ice. And this will even things up for 9 seconds.
That goal for that.
Dubois to the box.
Washington 82-minute minor holding.
He wins the foot race. And he gets inside position on here, Luc Dubois, and he gets that to a hold.
So the teams will skate corner side for the next 9 seconds. Dubois set off for holding. Islanders lead the Capitals 3-1. Alex Ovechkin with the Washington goal, setting a new NHL goal scoring record. It's away from Holmstrom. Palmieri out of the box. Islanders on the power play. Puck rolls into the left of Sorokin, and now Dobson with it. Dodgers 16-9 Capitals. Islanders have 3 goals on 9 shots against Charlie Lindgren. D'Angelo setting up Dobson.
The puck was rolling. I think that's what Dobson did one time.
Holmstrom back out. Shot by Dobson was blocked by Dowd, and the Capitals clear. Fans got what they came to see. Ovechkin with a power play goal, number 895. And now with 5.5 remaining in the second period, Islanders in a 3-1 lead continue on the power play. Puck knocked out of the zone, and Dobson Back to retreat.
Ferrari with a good block there on Palmieri.
Now Palmieri for D'Angelo. Noah Dobson. Bo Horvat. Anders Lee. Back down it comes. D'Angelo off the post. Loose in front. Back down it comes to Dobson. Bench D'Angelo. Up the boards and out of the zone.
No chance for D'Angelo. Dobson just threw an absolute grenade right between the legs. He had no chance. It had so much steam on it. Missed opportunity there. But D'Angelo had a great chance right before that.
Penalty time winding down. Dubois makes his return from the box. 4.5 remaining, second period. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Tarek El-Bashir on a historic afternoon at UBS Arena. For over 60 years, only two men hold the National Hockey League record for career goals. 1963. And then Wayne Gretzky surpassed Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe in 1994. Earlier today, Alex Ovechkin moved one ahead of the great one.
So what is it, every 31 years? Is that
that's been the battle?
Okay, I have to remember that. Bush, let us know when you're calling games on TNT.
31 years?
Yeah, 31 years. Yeah. 31 years. That's 2056.
Sign that extension, Bruce. 2056.
You know it, brother. You know it. That's like a Chuck contract right there.
Let's eavesdrop in on the Great 8 and the Great 1.
Best thing ever happened to hockey. No, get to 900. You get to 900, I might buy you a car. No, it's not. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, he's doing history. Oh, did you guys get the bus? Yeah, curbside. Oh, okay.
Tremendous conversation we heard over the break between Alex Ovechkin and Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the numbers of getting to 900, and Gretzky lined up a car. He got a Rolls Royce. I don't know what Gretzky's maybe thinking about there, Bush, but I loved how he looked at his line mates there. On the goal, the assist with Tom Wilson on his left and Dylan Strome on his right. They're brothers, right? History. We got history here and history over here.
Got to be quite a feeling to have assisted on that goal, huh? For those guys.
To get the puck? Yeah, we got it.
Thomas is very concerned as to who retrieved the puck. But yes, Wayne did say if you get to 900, I might buy you that car. 900. He's only 5 away. The bigger picture, what a season it's been, guys, for this Capitals team. They were swept in the first round by the New York Rangers in last year's playoffs. They lead the entire Eastern Conference, and they're 1 point behind the Winnipeg Jets in the race for the President's Trophy.
We talked to Spencer Carberry the other night in Carolina. We asked him about the team rallying around the run. the chase for the grade 8, and without a doubt, I mean, he certainly felt has been a big part to the success and to the details of obviously the big purpose, but has helped their team game along with helping Alexander Ovechkin. And you heard Ovi talk about it in his speech on the ice about the boys and the team, and it's really been an amazing year from start to finish for the Capitals.
It has been magical, and now you wonder, how does the team respond now out of this? I mean, just here at ice level right now, just in this game, it feels awfully quiet now. The air is out of the balloon. And so I can't imagine you're playing how difficult it is to recharge it up. But even for these Capitals now, I mean, they're in a comfortable position in the standings. The coach, I'm sure, is going to harp on making sure that their game's in order to start the playoffs. But I got to imagine these next couple of games are going to be difficult for the Capitals to kind of find that energy that they've found in the last several weeks with Ovi on this historic chase.
I don't think the game Thursday against Carolina is going to be too hard to get up for, considering what we saw last Wednesday right here on TNT. Well, look at this. This is the first of a triple header right here. The home of the Stanley Cup Final right here on TNT. You got the Stars and Wild. Huge game. You got Vegas and Vancouver. Another huge game. Tomorrow on the NHL Network. Blues, Jets, their friends on ESPN on Tuesday. Have the red-hot Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Florida Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions.
We'll be able to catch the start of the Stars and Wild game today on HLN. Second game of our NHL on TNT. Triple header. Here comes Paggio. Gains a step. Pulls in and stopped. Paggio looking to extend the Islanders' lead to 3. Here's Ovechkin, 2-on-1 with Wilson. Ovechkin tries to set a Wilson and in. Shot went wide after the pass attempt was blocked. Bo Horvat puts on the brakes. Wilson chipped away by Romanov. Islanders have iced the puck down to a minute 51.
Paggio picks his puck up in the neutral zone and all in one motion, able to get in, and real good save there by Charlie Lindgren. And he's able to match the speed of Paggio coming in and extends that left pad out, makes a huge save for a later second.
That's one of those motions we try to emphasize to players at all levels that you get in that tight, instead of bringing that puck on an angle, just to bring it away from the blue paint and give yourself more of an angle depending on how the goaltender's going to play that, to be able to, elevate that puck much harder on your forehand like Paggio was, being a right-handed shot going from left to right.
Villiers tied up by Romanov. D'Angelo and down behind the net. Down to a minute 15 remaining in the period. Here's Beauvillier. Around behind, down, tied up by D'Angelo. Carlson comes in. Puck over the side of the cage. Kept alive by the Caps, who trailed 3-1. Carlson backs it up. Sandin for Washington. Good stick work there. Kept the puck away from Beauvillier by D'Angelo. Finally, puck cleared out by Romanov. Race for it. Lee beat Carlson to the loose puck. Sandin kicks it off to his stick. Now Giovanni will take it to the ice. Puck taken away by Engvall. Engvall tops the net in the crease. Zizekas out to the point, shot by Mayfield, blocked, and winds up in the netting.
Just this is what I'm talking about. Like, you'll see a lot of times, again, you got pressure coming from the backside, but instead of bringing the puck on this type of an angle, I'm talking about just keeping it here and then pulling it as far away from the blue paint as you can to give yourself the angle. Look, if you're going at a high race speed, again, if the goaltender's way out, that move is probably allowed. I mean, it's probably a higher chance of going in. But when you get in that tight, if you can bring it laterally, you don't put it away from your body, then you have a better angle of elevating that puck.
And I would say conversely for the goaltender, if he's going to bring it in tighter, get the stick going, right? Yeah. You know, be ready for that.
Mangiapane, strong move to the net. Cizikas down to 5 seconds. Warzeller has to wait. Mangiapane clears the zone. And the second period comes to an end. A historic second period here at UBS Arena as Alex Ovechkin is now the NHL's goal-scoring leader. And he will chat during the intermission with our Tarek El-Bashir. Discover Intermission Report is next.
This
Plus. The NHL on TNT is brought to you by Mass Mutual. Planning and protection on or off the ice. Alex Ovechkin on the ice as he celebrated career goal number 895, breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time NHL record. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olchuk, Brian Boucher, Tarek El-Bashir. A great day, pun intended, here at UBS Arena.
Yeah, I mean, the late, great Badger Bob Johnson had the famous phrase of a great day for hockey, and this is an unbelievable day for hockey. And think about the journey for Alex Ovechkin and Vooch. We've talked a lot about how Alexander Ovechkin has really evolved as a player, right, over the course of the last 5 to 7 years, just being much more selective physically, saving more energy for doing what nobody's done better is score goals in the history of the National Hockey League, and it's just unbelievable to have been a part of this here this afternoon.
Yeah, there's no way that he could do what he did without evolving his game and using smarts, as opposed to constantly trying to overpower his opponents.
Picking a spot.
Yeah, and credit to him for, having that ability to do that. And then also, too, I think he's been so gracious during this whole run and the interviews and all the attention. He's done a fantastic job, not only on the ice, but off the ice as well.
So classy in thanking his teammates, his coaches, the trainers, the equipment managers, the staff members, some of whom have been with him on this journey for his entire 2-decade career with the Caps.
And enjoyed that interview that Tarek did with him right after the second period.
Side by Sorokin. Ryan Leonard with it once again. Shot deflected, didn't make it through. Kept alive by Leonard. And now Holmstrom will pick up the puck for the Islanders.
When he mentioned to Tarek about he's happy that he doesn't have to answer the question about when do you think you're going to do it and all that kind of stuff. And obviously now it's in the rearview mirror, but I mean, any time that you can.
Here's D'Angelo. Turned aside by Lindgren.
To pass the great one in anything, let alone an unbelievable record in the National Hockey League. That's pretty darn special.
Just a reminder, Wayne Gretzky still has more assists than anybody else has points. One of the other amazing notes regarding the career of Ovechkin He now has scored 420 goals since turning 30. One of the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook, with the Islanders leading 3-1. A footnote on this historical day, Mark Getko of the Islanders with his first career 2-goal game in the NHL. Sorokin covers.
I mean, he still has that ability. He is selective, Bush. Once it comes playoff time, he's not going to be afraid to try to run somebody into the third or fourth row.
Yeah, I mean, you think about this team, the Capitals, they've got that heaviness to them, and when he decides he wants to play that way, especially if he's playing with Wilson on that line, boy, look out.
Puck kept in by Kyle McLean. Oh, saved by Lindgren on Getko, looking for the hat trick.
Good play there by McLean.
McLean with 2 assists today. Shot by Chikrin. That was blocked by McLean. Carl McLean's father, John, an Islanders assistant coach, and a terrific NHL career.
Mobilier is shaken up.
Mayfield sends the puck in. Palmieri over for the Islanders. Now Matt Roy off his stick. Capitals will not play again until Thursday. They will host Carolina. Islanders in action Tuesday in Nashville. Shot by Lee, did not get through.
Now took that one.
Ovechkin for Sandin.
Big shot block there by Nick Dowd.
Here's McMichael. Nice move. Feeds Ovechkin, who shoots. Saved by Sorokin. Ovechkin back out. Sorokin stops Dubois. Now Sandin with the puck. Puck deflects to the netting with 4 minutes gone in period 3.
AT&T connected cam. Beautiful pass there by Connor McMichael. Over to Ovechkin. Sorokin fights it off.
You see how Ovechkin on that shot, he's trying to go back against the grain. So difficult. If he just hits the spot and gets Sorokin moving, he hasn't.
Here's Ovechkin, fires by.
He takes, as he's skating out of his own, takes a quick look back at Sorokin. Ovechkin's got 5 of the last 7 chances for his team.
Gets the ball out in front. Pagel looks to get it past Lindgren and lost his stick.
Templeton has this puck in the back of the net. Watch, I think it goes off a Strome right out in front. Yeah, right there, right off his skate, almost goes in, and there's Pagel. Matt Roy is tangled up with him. I mean, Pagel just, oh man, stop that puck there, Bush. Shot it kind of back into him, maybe not necessarily the net. And they always check to see if the puck crosses the goal line at all, and there's Ovi as he gets up. They're going to make sure that that puck did not cross the goal line.
Strome's not there, that puck's for sure in the net. Now whether he stopped it before it crosses the goal line, that's what they're going to be looking at.
Oh, look at Strome, the stick there, Bush.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's not there, and then it's in the net.
I don't think that, at least from that look there.
I think when Lindgren falls back, though, that's where they're probably looking at. Initially, he keeps it out. But watch as Lindgren falls back. Maybe this will give us a better angle.
Oh, yeah, right there, right after Strom stopped it, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Off his arm and then got it out there, right? That was a heck of a play by Dylan Strom.
That's Sean Apr over at the Caps bench. Here's referee Mitch Dunning with the announcement.
At 15:40 of the third period, the puck completely crossed the line. We have a good goal.
Now they're going to try to look and buy some time here to...
Perhaps challenge the goaltender interference. Bruce, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, was there contact with Lindgren, and we were so concerned looking at the goal line? Let's see if there's contact with Lindgren from an Islander player.
The puck's out of the crease. He's good. Yeah, there's nothing there. Now,
Pajot pushing.
Yeah, the stick there.
Yeah.
I want you to get up now.
So when Pajot kind of digs at the puck, perhaps maybe they're wondering if he propel that puck in the net.
Well, watch what you're talking about, Bush. They're going to roll it. What they were looking at, just watch the stick. Pajot right into this area here. I think that's what they've used the timeout to maybe to decipher if that puck had not been in the net.
But if
when the contact was made.
But if the puck's loose, Pajot is in a way to go in there and try and get to that puck. If it's underneath the pad, you can't do it.
I think that's what they were trying to figure out with the timeout to buy a little bit more time.
No challenge. Islanders now lead 4-1. Pajot with his first goal in the last 14 games. His 13th of the season.
Beauvillier back on the ice after getting dinged up his last shift.
There's Carlson, now Duham cutting wide on Mayfield. McLean over to pick up the puck. Here's Mayfield. Aaron pass gathered in by Dow.
Right before the goal by Pajot. Max Ziplikov, he's behind the net. He's trying to get to the front of the net, and it takes a crazy bounce off of Dylan Strom. And it all heck breaks loose, and the puck ends up into the back of the net. We talk about it so often, especially when you get to playoff time. It's going to get everybody's attention when you throw it to that blue paint, regardless of the angle.
There's Ferravari. Pass for Radish. Mayfield kept it away from Mangiapane. Pajot from Ziplikov and Pellick. The fourth goal for the New York Islanders. Now Fasching coming together with Radish. Puck cleared out by Lars Eller, who scored the cup-winning goal for the Caps back in 2018 in Vegas. Brian Pullock back into the Washington zone off the stick of Lindgren. Lindgren starting his second straight game. Capitals without Logan Thompson. He's had a terrific season. Record of 31-6-6. Suffered an upper body injury in the game against Carolina on Wednesday. Leonard chips the puck ahead. Islanders keep it alive in the Washington zone. Here's Palmieri moving into the shot. And that missed the net.
Beautiful play there by Adam Pellick defensively, and then a beautiful pass all the way across the ice. Leonard and Pellick having some barbs up the ice.
As I watch Leonard, there's a little bit of Brendan Gallagher in him here at ice level. Like he pops guys a little bit late. He's got an element to his game, Edzo, that kind of, you can see it. He's going to get underneath the opposition's skin as he kind of progresses in his NHL career. He's a strong player too, a strong skater. You can tell he's got NHL strength already.
Came out of Boston College. Following their exit from the NCAA tournament last Sunday. Already playing in his 4th game with the Caps. Eighth overall pick by Washington in 2023. Here comes Strome. Unable to get that shot through, and it's covered up by Sorokin. 12:52 remaining in the third. Islanders with a 4-1 advantage.
Milestone. This one was probably thought to be impossible, and you found a way to do it. Congratulations.
Even though I hated to play against you because you shot the puck too hard, congratulations. It's an unbelievable accomplishment.
NHL on TNT action continues with the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. And tonight, Vegas, Vancouver on ESPN. Islanders leading the Washington Capitals 4-1 as we welcome in the great one, Wayne Gretzky. So classy during the ceremony on the ice earlier today. What was going through your mind when you saw the puck go in?
You know, I was really happy for him. I felt like I scored the goal. Does that make any sense? I know the pressure he was under and the microscope he was under, and I went through it myself. I was elated for him. I thought, oh my gosh, good for you, man. I talked to him the other night after the game, and I thought maybe he might have been thinking I should do it in Washington. And one of my boys asked me, is that possible? I said, he's so good, he can decide when he wants to score. But you know what? I said to the commissioner, do I get one of those games? That's pretty nice. But you know what? What a great day for not just hockey, for sports, right? And Alex has been a true competitor. He's a wonderful leader. He won a Stanley Cup, made hockey relevant in Washington, or helped make it relevant. Mr. Leonis is a big part of that too. Just, it's been an incredible day. I can't say enough good things about it. We were sitting in the box and Coach Cooper was here. He said, I got to get the game. He was sitting with us, and of course the commissioner. And Cash Patel was a huge Islander fan, but was pulling for Ovi to score. And my 2 kids were here, and I said to Alex, when I broke the record, my 2 boys are a little older than your 2 boys. They were like 8 and 6. But it brought back so many fond memories. And Bruce McNall, who took care of us as a family and got me to LA. And it couldn't have been a better day. And we get a chance. We're hanging around our old neighborhood here in Manhattan right now. We couldn't be happier.
What are some of the memories that have come back from March of '94 when you broke Gordy's record?
I was thinking about my family, my mom and dad, about Gordie Howe and Colleen Howe. Colleen Howe had bought my wife this beautiful bracelet. And a month ago, my wife said, you know, Colleen Howe started a tradition here. I'm not sure if somebody will break Alex's record, but I want to get her something really unique. So we went out and she picked out a 8-diamond ring for Alex's wife. And not only do the hockey guys pass down tradition, so do the families and wives. And I thought it was so cool that my wife thought of that, and it was an amazing day. I felt like I scored the goal. Now I know how this feels. But you know what? This is unreal. And great atmosphere. I got to spend time with Brian Trutchen and Butch Byrne before the game. So many tough matches against those guys, and yet we have so much respect for each other. And else to say. It's just, there's nothing wrong with our game. Our game is in great position. The young guys who are here, Crosby and Ovechkin have been so good for a game, and now we've got McDavid and McKinnon and Matthews and McCarr, Leon Draisaitl, Florida winning the Stanley Cup. Who would ever thought 30 years ago you'd say the Florida team is going to win the Stanley Cup? And Tampa Bay's won 2 of them, and like, it's amazing. Good for us.
Chris, I got to ask you, I mean, you're such a historian. You've always has been and carried the torch, and everybody's talked about you being the greatest ambassador for our game. What can this do to surpass yourself on the goal scoring totem pole with Ovi, and how do you think we can? How do you think it can motivate and help our game in all the levels?
Yeah, first of all, I think what he's done for the city of Washington and his country, Russia, and for North America is incredible. Secondly, there's so many more kids playing hockey today because they look up and say, you know, I want to try that sport, right? And then look at all the girls who are playing hockey now. Good for them. My dad started a girls hockey tournament in 1982 before anybody even thought of that. And so I'm so proud of the fact that my dad was sort of ahead of his time, because in those days girls played brunette. And you know what, I'm just very lucky that I was part of the NHL, got to play in this league, play against guys like you, fly on airplanes with guys like Kenny.
Coach Brian Boucher.
I saw Bush, and how about Bush? Maybe he has a record that may never be broken, 5 shutouts in a row. He's standing down there between the benches. That might be the record that is never broken. But never say never, right?
Brett, I wanted to ask you about that game in 06 when you were coaching me in Phoenix and the goal that Ovi scored. Did you ever think at that moment that you were witnessing a potential star like we see today?
From the beginning, when I saw him playing the World Junior in Dakota, I said, watch out for this young man. There's 3 guys who played the game that played it physical, smart, intelligent, and with finesse. And it was Gordie Howe, Mark Messier, and Ovi. And you know what? Yeah, every now and then I wonder, what were you thinking, Bruce? Jesus. Me too. And you know what's amazing is he went around 4 pretty good hockey players. It wasn't like he went around some beer league guys. He went around some good players.
And it wasn't the schematics of the coaching staff, right?
No, it wasn't the coaching at all.
I just remember your face, and I felt so bad. I felt like I disappointed you so much.
You did, Bush. You did. Okay? Can I tell you something, Bush? Don't take this personally. I was more disappointed before it even got to you. I'm thinking, wow, can somebody take that guy out? Anyway, it was all good. You know what? This is a great day for hockey. Can't be any better, right?
Oh, it was amazing.
And the Islanders stay in the race. Right. Washington's probably going to finish first in the East. Alex got his goal. I was laughing because when I went down to the bench and Kirk Muller and I have been friends since he was 14 years old, I said, when he scored the goal, Kirk, I thought you scored the goal. He was jumping up and down so much. It was fun.
Brett, you're the best. Thanks for
thank you so much.
Thanks for
what a fun day. You guys do a great job, and all you guys in the
there
panel.
It is.
Love you guys back in Atlanta. You guys are the best.
There's Ovi scoring the goal on Bruce.
Yeah, you disappointed him, Bruce.
I did. I know. You're not really? Disappointed.
Winning thanks as always.
I could have got to go back to Washington if you stopped that one.
Thanks, Chris.
I don't care what the law is. I will never be a slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my...
Holy cow! There it is right there!
In measure in miles per hour. Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
Very happy for you. I hope you can hold the record forever. And let me know if you want to play tennis. I got time now. Take care. Enjoy the moment.
He's got time now. Speaking of tennis, Kenny.
Yes, TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning May 25th on TNT. Stream on Max. Andre Agassi, the newest member of our TNT family. We'll join the rest of the gang for The French Open. Roger has some time. Obi hopes to be playing for another couple of months, at least this season. The Caps look ahead to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Currently the top seed of the Eastern Conference. Under 8 minutes remaining. This is Mark Gatcomb. He'll remember this day forever.
Oh, absolutely.
So he wears 16. That's double 8, right? He's got more.
Shot there by Sipnikov. Good save there by Lindgren.
Sorokin settles the puck down.
And obviously the story of the National Hockey League the last couple of weeks has been the chase for the grade 8. And how about the St. Louis Blues? I mean, you talk about a heater and a half.
12 in a row. New franchise record.
They're on a run.
Think back to 2019 when they were in last place in the league in early January under head coach Craig Berube, went on to win the Stanley Cup.
A former teammate right here at TNT.
And again this year they make the coaching change, hire Jim Montgomery. And they are the hottest team in the National Hockey League. Puck off the stick of Palmieri.
That's telling us that John Cooper in the building this afternoon. The Stanley Cup champion head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
In to play the New York Rangers tomorrow night. He played college lacrosse. Not too far from here. Hofstra University, across the street from the Islanders' former home, the Nassau Coliseum. Mentioned by Wayne Gretzky during his speech down on the ice. Giving kudos to those great Islanders squads. They beat Gretzky and the Oilers to win their fourth straight cup in '83, and then Edmonton returned the favor, winning their first cup against the Islanders in '84. Wayne spending some time today with Brian Trottier, Butch Goring, two all-time great New York Islanders. Many of those Oilers players, including Wayne Gretzky, often reference walking by the Islanders locker room after the Islanders won that fourth cup in '83 and seeing all the ice bags and wraps all over their bodies. The Islanders helping teach the Edmonton Oilers what it takes.
The price
you have to pay. And many of the Oilers still reference that all these years later.
You missed his turn at the pinata because you were busy not missing hockey. Watch in-game highlights, stories, and post-game recaps only with the NHL app.
Alex Ovechkin back on the ice. Ovechkin with a game-high 5 shots on goal. Scored career goal number 895 at the 7:26 mark of the second period on the power play. There's Bassick. The only goal to this point for the Washington Capitals. Islanders lead 4-1. Mark Gatcomb with a pair. Cole Horvat. And J.J. Pageau. Islanders start of the day 7 points behind the second wild card in the East, the Montreal Canadiens.
Boy, they're playing well with 2. Big win last night against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Bruce, you were there. What impressed you?
Well, they looked a little tight through 2 periods, to be honest with you. But Lane Hudson, once again, just continues to dazzle, and Suzuki is leading the way up front. Tremendous energy in that building last night. I think the fans there can sense that their playoff drought is going to end. They're in a good spot right now, but certainly playing with some momentum now.
There's Sipnikov just out of the reach of Pageau.
Another big hit there by Ryan Leonard.
Cross, pull-up shot gets blocked. Brings the puck out.
Olsen took a run at Leonard. Leonard didn't like it, got his stick up. And you mentioned it, Bush was talking about the way that he plays. And an agitator, and he'll get around the league a couple of times, and then the word will get out. And Tony D'Angelo skates over to Leonard there.
They were talking earlier in the period, too. And Wilson is standing up now and screaming at D'Angelo, letting him know not to talk to the kid. Nice to have that guy on the bench with you, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
D'Angelo towards the net, blocked off. Sandin.
I mean, you like it on both sides, right?
And now Martin's got things to say. He's standing up.
I mean, you like it on both sides. You like that D'Angelo goes over to Leonard. And you love that Wilson stands up for the youngster. Only been in the National Hockey League for, 5-6 days? That's it.
A week to remember. The 20-year-old Ryan Leonard. We approach 3 minutes remaining. Here in Elmont, New York, Islanders lead the Capitals 4-1. Ovechkin making history. Tremendous job by our entire crew, led by producer Kevin Brown, director John Tackett. Thanks to Christy Fernandez, Chris Turner, Demongo, Dean Benglio, Gabe Bell, Doug Deans, Jesse Radford, Sean Reed, Ben Bowman crunching the numbers. The great Lule is with us. And many others. On a historic day. Here's Anders Lee. Into the corner, Mayfield. Shots are 26-22 in favor of Washington. Alex Ovechkin with 5 of those shots, and one of them beat Ilya Sorokin. Season winding down. Caps number 1 seed. Bounced away from Lindgren.
He lost that in the
and he might have
maybe the background of this his balance attack.
Looked like Denny Lemieux from Slapshot.
The allergies are up to this time of year. They have returned.
Down to a minute 45.
He loves that stuff.
Out by Ferravar.
Oh, what a stop.
In front. And it's covered by Sorokin.
Sorokin moving right to left. I don't know if Strunk gets a piece of this or not, but watch to the near side. Right here. Oh, Strunk does get it, and he sticks out that left leg. Pellet right in his back pocket. Martin with a little stick work on Leonard as he was coming out for that faceoff.
Islanders beat Minnesota on Friday 3-1. This is going to be their second consecutive victory. And they will pull to within 5 points of Montreal. With 6 games remaining. Only 2 home games for the Islanders, 4 on the road. At Nashville, home for the Rangers. at Philadelphia, at New Jersey. They host Washington again, and then finish the regular season in Columbus. The Capitals will be back here at UBS Arena in 9 days. Puck sent it to the right of Sorokin. So he will pick up the victory in his 250th NHL start. Allows only one goal. And we will be seeing the highlight of that one for a long time. Crashing through center, Cizikas couldn't find the story for the Islanders. Gapped over a couple of goals, but played 2 assists. They defeat the Capitals 4-1. As Alex Ovechkin leads NHL history with career goal number 895. Continuing Ovechkin coverage on True TV. Final score, the Islanders 4, the Capitals 1. 4. Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Tarek Elbashir, and our entire crew. I'm Kenny Albert. Let's head to Minnesota for the Stars of the Wild with Brendan Burke, Darren Pang, and Shane Knight.